So now I'm going to do descriptive statistics graphs. All right, and again, I have a PowerPoint for this. You can use it if you need it for an option. Again, I find a video easier so I can talk through it more. All right, again, I have my hospital data. So again, it's in the data set part for module 1. You can find it there. So here I go. So I'm going to go to mini tab again. So say I'm going to do it for both of them. And remember, here are my statistics for both of them. I still have them in this mini tab sheet. So I'm going to do a graph, and I'm going to do histogram, and I'm going to do with fit, and I hit OK. And then I've got rating here, and I'm going to hit rating. And I'm going to label it. And remember, for this class, I'm always going to put my name for what my graph is. Camille Pace, histogram for 2 hospital ratings. Okay. So this means they're together. So if I hit that, and again, remember for me, any graph that we do in here, you need to have your name on it. All right, so here's my histogram. So remember, my histogram is a quantitative graph, and it shows me the shape of my data. And I have the curve right here, and it doesn't look very symmetric, does it? But another way for me to look at it, and I'm going to go to the PowerPoint, is I'm going to look here. I've gone ahead and I have shown you what the values were, okay? So it doesn't look very symmetric, even though I have the symmetric line that has the normal curve in the middle. So I'm going to have to look at my mean, and my mode. So my mean was 69.8. My median was 71, and I have a bunch of these modes. So since the mean is slightly less than the median, I consider the histogram slightly skewed to the left. But a better way for me to see this is something called a box plot. So I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to go to graph again, and I'm going to go down here to box plot. I'm going to do simple, I hit OK. I'm going to do rating again, and I'm going to label it again, Camille, put your name, don't put my name. And I'm going to do box plot of 2 hospital ratings, okay? Or 2 hospitals ratings. Okay, hit OK. And there I go, I have a box plot. And that looks pretty symmetric if you look at it. I mean, here's 25% of the data. Here's 25% of the data. Here's 25% of the data. And here's 25% of the data. Did you just see that popped up? Look what it tells me. That is that 5-number summary. Or it's most of the 5-number summary. What it is, though, is Q1. Oops, let me do that. Q1, median, Q3 gives me my IQR, and it tells me my whiskers. So yeah, basically it did give me my 5-number summary. Whiskers are these. 35 is here. 98 is here. It's called a box plot, a box and whiskers plot, but it gives you all the information. I don't have to run anything else. So I'm still seeing it slightly skewed. So I would report that. I would say, yeah, it still looks kind of slightly skewed. So, I mean, but you need to talk about how you feel about it. It does look more symmetric with it. So what I would do is I'd either put it's symmetric or it's slightly skewed to the left, and I would report the mean and the median, because it's shown me and it's shown the people that you're talking about. You've looked at the data, you looked at it a couple different ways, and this is how you feel that it looks. Again, because we looked at it through descriptive statistics, we did it through histograms, and we did it through box plots. All right, let me show you something really cool. So let me go back to the graph and say, okay, I want to look at each hospital individually. So I'm going to go down here to with, fit, and groups, and I hit OK. So I'm going to put rating here, and then here for categorical variable, I'm going to do hospital. And then I do labels, and I'm going to do Camille Base. I know, don't put my name again. I'm going to put histograms of both hospitals, or you could say of hospital A and B ratings. Okay, so I hit OK. I hit OK. Wow, look at that. Something is totally going on. And remember, if you watch the descriptive statistics video, I showed you, I thought a lot was going on with B. It was a lot lower than A, and here I can see it. So here, A has a lot of really low data where, excuse me, B has a lot of low data where A is kind of here, it's higher. So as I can see, B is a lot lower than A. B is a lot more spread out. Look at that. Look at that length of it from here to here. Because remember, I said my standard deviation was larger. So that means my data is more spread out. And look, I can see it here. Standard deviation is 12.3, where for A, it was only 8.183. And the mean for that one is right here. And the mean for this one is about right here. So I've looked at them both, and that's given me a picture of what's going on. I'm thinking that for some reason, Hospital B's ratings are a lot lower than Hospital A. There's one huge things we're missing. And you can see here bins and stuff like that. It talks about what's in each of these bars. I don't usually talk about that much with histograms, but what I do, oh, look, it's showing me the normal distribution for this one. And if I click on this, I don't know if it's going to do it for that for me. Is it not going to do it? It's not liking it the way. Oh, there it is. Look, it gave me my normal distribution of what the mean and the standard deviation is. If you're like, what the heck are you talking about with normal distribution? We're going to get there pretty soon. All right, let me show you another really cool thing to give you a different way to look at this. I'm going back to graphs. I'm going back to box plots, and I'm going to do with groups. I'm going to hit OK. Again, I'm going to do ratings, and here I'm going to do hospital. And then again, of course, I'm going to label it cumulative pace. Box plots of hospital A and B ratings. Okay, so I've got both things right now. I'm going to hit OK. Hit OK. Boom, it just showed me something I didn't know. And what did I didn't know? I didn't know I had outliers. And look, I have an outlier. 35 is an outlier. Oops. And hopefully it'll let me do it. Come on, computer. Okay, let me. 89 is an outlier. All right, and here you can see most of the data for Hospital B is below Hospital A. Well, think about it. Almost all of the data for Hospital B is below the first quartile for this. That's crazy. So almost 100% of this data is less than 25% of that data. So that's kind of crazy. Something's going on with Hospital B's ratings. So how would I write about this? I would write, okay, Hospital A. I would go back, talk about the 5-number summary of what it is, talk about the distribution, because if I go back here, that's a really pretty nice kind of distribution. It looks very symmetric to me. So then if I go talk about B, B's got 2 outliers, and it is a lot lower than A. And again, I can talk about that standard deviation means that data is very, very spread out. I'm not going to remove the outlier. I'm not. Why am I not going to remove that outlier for B? Well, because maybe the first 19 were for just it was during the pandemic. Things were going crazy. It was going crazy. But then that next one that they went really high, maybe we had come out of that or something had changed. They decided we're really going to focus on our patients and try to make it better. You don't want to kick out outliers because you don't know their significance. And you can't, as an analyst, always know what that significance is unless you are drilling into that data and you know that data backwards and forwards. It's always better to report what you have, show your outliers. If they want to know, okay, so Camille, this was going on during the pandemic. Take out that outlier. Let's see the true picture. That's the call they make. You as an analyst, you can't do that. You are there to report what you see and give them the expertise of what you see.